Obviously, we're very happy and feel very fortunate to win. And did I start too early? Oh, okay. Beat a very good team. You know, the fact of the matter of timing is not lost on me. They played two really hard-fought games on Friday and Saturday, and I know how difficult that is to come back on basically on one day of preparation, because by the time you get back to the hotel after that late game in New York City, it's whatever, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, and you fly back and you can't do much on Sunday, and then you only have one day sort of to prepare. And so we probably caught them at a good time. But having said that, I thought that our team played about as well in the first half as we've played. On both ends, I thought we were alert and active. And second half, I thought we got into start trying to do too much one-on-one and play the game individually as opposed to play it as a unit, particularly on offense. I thought on defense we still continued to fight and battle. But we did the things that we came to do. We were able to keep Trimble off the foul line, which I think the zone helped us with that, and that was a big key for us. And I thought in the first half, I thought Jamel was really spectacular, and it was nice for him, kind of a homecoming of sorts. And so just really proud of my team. Overall, a very, very good win for us.
From what you can tell, Kevin, did this game need some action to what you've from this stage?
It probably did, but I hope not. But, they're young men, and they don't see it like I see it. The Morehead State game was as important to me as this game was, and the game we have on Friday is too. But all games aren't weighted the same when you're 22 years old. So it probably was a little special for him. But Jamel's a good player. He's a good player on both ends of the court, and he played very well tonight.
What was it like to get a road win in front of this kind of environment?
Anytime you get a road win, back when Mark and I were assistants on Roy's staff at Kansas, he used to say that in the dictionary, the definition of fun there was a picture of winning on the road, and it's fun to win on the road. And this was certainly fun for our guys and fun for our staff. So nice to come here and beat a good team and on the road in a good environment. Hopefully it's one of those that shows up real well later in the year.
Kevin, using a man and zone, did you think that kind of threw them off a little bit, switching the looks up a little?
I don't know if it threw them off. Again, Mark's not going to come in here and make excuses and say anything about timing. I can assure you that those freshmen are tired, and it's he's done an unbelievable job. He's doing an unbelievable job, and I kind of knew that we might have the benefit of timing. So whether it was switching back and forth or trying to keep them off balance, or the fact that they had some shots go in and out that were pretty good looks, whatever it was, in the first half we were just the aggressors, and we were on top of the game on both ends, and we were dictating play. And then in the second half, there was some times where we were kind of hoping, but not that much. I mean, we were still fine in the second half, but that's just who we have to be. We have to be a team that plays a blend of defenses. We're probably not quite good enough defensively yet to just steer somebody in one defense.
Kevin, now started off 4 or 5 or 3. What made you kind of stick with that zone?
Sometimes when you hit them early, that's like I don't know. It's almost sometimes it's the best thing that can happen. Because now, do they settle for them and shoot them from there? But heck, when they hit them at the beginning, they were hitting them against our man, because we started man to man, and I know the first 2 for sure that they made were against man. So as the game wore on, we couldn't, as I like to say, we couldn't scare out of our zone. It was doing what we needed it to do. If they made shots, they made shots, but it was doing what we needed it to do, because Melo wasn't on top of our rim all night. He wasn't standing at the foul line all night. That's what we needed. We needed a defense that could keep him away from the rim and off the foul line. And going back and forth, hopefully, maybe help that happen.
You were talking, Kevin, about your guys reverting to kind of a one-on-one style of play there in the second half. That's something that's happened a couple times this season. How, as a coach, do you kind of work on preventing that or kind of trying to get your guys not to do something like that?
I think when you have prolific scores, one of the benefits is they can go get you a bucket when things are down. And one of the drawbacks is sometimes when they go to try to get you that bucket when things are down, they run into traffic. Or in the case tonight, Maryland's got some real big guys back there, so those guys are walling up on Mike and made it difficult for him. But Mike got to the foul line 10 times, so that's our guy got to the foul line and their guy didn't, and so I didn't ever anticipate that it would be that way. But that's what we needed to happen for us to win the game, and so we're glad it did.
Kevin, Jamel had 2 steals and scores. He had 6 rebounds, some assists, big production game offensively too. Is this kind of what you were thinking of games like this when you made the move to move him to point guard?
Jamel would be having big games offensively if he were playing the center spot for us. Okay, he's just a good offensive player, and I'm not going to take any credit for the magnitude of the way he's playing, because I think he would be playing the same way if he was playing on the wing. The fact of the matter, he's just a really good player. He's a very versatile player, and we play a little point guard by committee, but Jamel is more than capable of handling the ball and handling the point for us, and he's doing a great job with it.
Are you pleased where the zone play was tonight after 2 weeks of
Yeah, I was happy with the zone. There were a number of things, and I don't want to go into great detail, but there were a number of things that it did for us that that was helpful. And again, I don't really care to say what they were, but there were things that I was seeing as a coach as the game was going on that kept my desire to stay in the zone high. And so we stayed in it, and we stayed with it, and our guys played it well. We made some tweaks in the last few days in practice, and they really covered up on those very well. And we've still got some work to do to get better, but nevertheless, it helped us win tonight. All right, thank you. You all have a nice night. Thanks.